surfaces.
Your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Bill Guile.
All right, yes, indeed. The grassy surfaces, they're starting to get snow covered. Roads are getting slick in many spots, especially where we get these little bursts that have been materializing here and there. But for the most part, this is still generally a light snow that is occurring at the present time. The National Weather Service has posted a winter weather advisory for Providence and Kent County. It'll be in effect all the way until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, but it's possible it may get dropped around 4 or 5 a.m. because we're going to be pretty much done with everything by that time. And you can see the advisory goes back through a good portion of Connecticut into southern Worcester County and out through the Berkshires of Massachusetts. The reason being these areas are going to be seeing snowfall totals that are going to be getting around 3, 4, 5 inches of snow. Some spots might get 6. Already portions of northern Connecticut, I've seen some reports of 1 inch to 1.5 inches of snow coming in north of Hartford. But around here, again, right now, we've seen a lot of coatings starting to take place. There's some of these little bursts that are picking up where the snow intensity gets almost moderate at times, but it kind of moves on by. And we're seeing some of the deeper shades of blue showing where those moderate little bursts are occurring, but otherwise, like I said, this is still generally a lighter snowfall, and it's just now working its way towards the Cape as the temperatures are beginning to slip back a little, but much of the south coast of southeastern Mass and the Cape still above freezing. In fact, it's rain on the Cape. Wind's not a big factor with this one. While it's going to be predominantly northeast for the first half of the night tonight, they're going to be backing into the north as we go after midnight tonight, and that will have a little bit of a drying effect, and that's all indicating the storm system's redeveloping further offshore and getting ready to pull away. Right now, the temperature in Providence, it's 29 degrees, and it feels a little chilly. It feels like 19 because of that wind out of the northeast at 13 miles per hour. And region-wide, we're seeing upper 20s at this time, unless you're down along the south coast where it's in the low 30s, or on the Cape where you're in the mid-30s. So you're not going to be seeing much snow totals out here. You will end as some snow, but for the most part tonight, you're going to be dealing with rain. And again, it's a wetter snow along the south coast, so having a little more difficult time sticking. But the further inland you go, and it's not far, we're going to be dealing with a little more of the way of snow cover that will be taking place. But these temperatures won't drop off too much further through the overnight tonight. So here's our storm system that we're looking at right now, working through New York State, but it's going to redevelop to the south of the area overnight tonight. So as that happens, when the energy transfers to that southern system, this whole thing is going to be breaking down on us, and that really happens after midnight tonight, and then it starts to pull away, and then we'll get some clearing skies taking place for tomorrow. We'll have the sunshine out, we'll get some melting temperatures in here, but we're going to watch that low. It's never really going to lose this, get off the map, really. As we go through Tuesday, we're still quiet, but we're going to be watching the outer effects of this wrap back on us as we go into Wednesday. So if you're out on the Cape, you're going to get some clouds for the afternoon, perhaps even a flurry or two. All right, but here's locally what's going to be happening as we go through this event. By 9 o'clock this evening, steady light snow everywhere, a couple of pockets here and there. We get these little bursts of moderate snowfall that will occur along the south coast, a little wetter snow. Notice as we get towards 11 midnight tonight, it begins breaking up. And here we are at 2:30 in the morning, and there's not much left. And it's all because the storm's redeveloping offshore, and it's just pulling everything to the south and east with it. So by daybreak, when you get ready to go off to your morning commute tomorrow, if you happen to be heading to work, a lot of clouds first thing in the morning, temperatures starting off between 25 and 31 degrees. And as we move through the day, the sunshine returns. We get some melting temperatures. So whatever we do get to accumulate will start to melt a little bit, not totally, it's not that warm, but it's all going to refreeze if there's any wet surfaces tomorrow night. So keep that in mind. And look, we're going down into the teens in some spots. Bright and sunny throughout the day on Tuesday as well, with temperatures again in the mid-30s. But here's our snow totals that we're looking at. Southeastern Mass, Plymouth and Bristol County, mostly it's up to 1 inch that we're going to be dealing with. As you come over towards Seekonk and Fall River, about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches, getting into the city of Providence and heading down 95, 1 inch or 2. Some isolated spots may reach 3. Certainly that will be the case as you get up into the northwestern corner of the state. Burrowville, Gloucester, maybe Smithfield could see that 3rd or 4th inch as well. After this, though, it's dry and cold through the midweek stretch, and then another storm threat comes in for the end of the week. Right now, that looks to be mainly rain, but it's still a ways out, so we'll work out the details as we get closer to that in time. That's your latest forecast.